welcome back to another episode of Smokeyheads Retro Movie Show.
Season 2.
The 90s.
There we go. Yeah, first time. Woo, all right,
I was
man.
almost like a deer in headlights. I was like, oh, wait, that's my part.
Yeah, welcome back to another episode on this hot and humid freaking day. All right, man, let's get us started, man. First movie for tonight will be Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
A time of war. A time of homecoming. A time of tyrants. A time when the only way to uphold justice was to break the law. He gave the people the courage to fight. Who stood for freedom became a legend. Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater, Alan Rickman, and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. Prince of Thieves.
It's not Men in Tights.
I was waiting for Jay to say that. I was like, I watched Men in Tights.
How about you? I was just go.
We could talk about Men in Tights while we're watching the movie. When we talk about the movie.
Okay.
But the reason why we didn't do Men in Tights was because all of our spoofs fail. We always get like really bad reviews, like 50 views, like Jekyll and Hyde and Johnny Dangerous.
Yeah.
So we're going to be a little more serious now.
Not serious, no. It's the good comments.
I'm
We'll
only
get
kidding.
that's not the spoofs. I don't know. People don't like spoofs.
I don't know why.
I was like, I want to do Hot Shots Part 2 at least.
They're hidden jewels, man.
Exactly.
You know, they're acquired taste.
That's what it is.
That kind of
a lot of people don't get into that stuff. So. Not everybody's into the whole airplane movies and everything. But all right, let's get started.
I got to tell you, out of all the Robin Hoods, this is one of my favorite ones.
It's fucking definitely, man.
And watching it again, I was like, ooh, you know.
We talked about the car. Like, I haven't sat down and just like watched it in a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you watch these older movies, you find a lot of stuff you can make fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I found a couple of things.
But yeah, I did too.
All right, Chops, let's start it off with the budget.
All right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to 1991. Opening day was...
Junior in high school.
Yeah. January 14th. Oh, June, I'm sorry.
June 14th. Yeah,
June 14th. The budget for this movie was $48 million.
That's not fucking bad for that kind of movie.
Well, you know what it is, though? I was going to say this later on when I do my things, but with, like, Sean Connery, he got paid $250,000 for his, like, 2-minute spot in there, right?
Yeah.
And I read a thing that said that's the equivalent of almost $900,000 today. So if you think about that, you know,
It's still not as much. I mean, I don't think it's as much as the movies.
It's almost $100,000 or whatever.
Talk about like Indiana Jones, they spent almost $300 million on that shit.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous money and everything. They made it look great.
The opening weekend was $26 million, and growth worldwide was $390 million worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. and Canada was $165 million. So
I'd say it was a success.
Yes, it was a big
huge success. I made a good amount of money, man. And the amount of stuff they did in that movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Awesome.
The
building and Apple that.
You wouldn't see that kind of stuff. Like I said, they blow up the budgets nowadays to like crazy amounts or whatever.
Yeah, I saw this thing too where it wasn't even like filmed in one location; they were all over.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
they just made it look like it was all the same place.
And what was playing on the radio at that time was Rush Rush by Paul Abdul.
Ah, I love that song.
Yeah. Rebel Without a Cause video.
With Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Although I'm surprised it's not everything I do for you.
That's what I was
That's
thinking.
what I was
man.
thinking too.
It said spent #1 like 16 weeks at #1.
Yeah, I was
Something
looking at that,
like that.
I was like, I watched the video right after I watched the movie. I was like, I love this song.
I'm gonna put the video into the.
No, I'm not gonna put the whole video. No.
Yeah. And you know, I'll tell you
I
what.
was thinking
Sometimes
about it.
when I'm sitting at the piano, just messing around and playing, I find myself, doing the opening.
And even in the movie, like when they do like the kind of orchestra version of it, it's like it's so nice and everything. It feels so good. It's like one of those heartwarming.
And you
songs.
know it's funny because I was watching it when my wife was standing next to me. She wasn't really paying attention to it, but there were certain parts in the movie they would say a line, and then I would start singing the song because he'd be like, "I die for you." I'd be like, "Give the world for you," so things like that. It was pretty funny. But I caught a whole bunch of spots like that. Where he said like a line from the song.
Something like, is she worth it? Worth dying for? Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, fuck me, you cleared it.
I can't believe they left that in there. The whole Christian Slater line.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. It was an ad lib.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
decided to keep it.
Yeah.
It worked, highly, totally.
All right, let's get the cast and crew.
Well, the problem was that they, Kristen Slater and what's his name, Kevin Costner had a real hard time with an English accent.
With the English accent, yeah.
No, I forget it. Don't do it.
Unlike other Robin Hoods, I have a real accent.
Exactly.
That's Men in Tights.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so directed by Kevin Reynolds.
They got into fights a lot, him and Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And they actually, the producers wanted Kevin Reynolds, to do Waterworld. And fucking like halfway through the filming, fucking Kevin Costner got him fired. Because they just kept fighting. They were just always kind of, and Kevin Reynolds said, he goes, Kevin Costner should only be allowed to direct movies that he stars in because he loves directing himself. So, and I've heard stories like that before about that. He's like that he wants things certain ways. And I'll tell you, there's scenes in the movie that I could tell that Kevin Reynolds didn't do. There's also like action scenes too that Kevin Costner came up because they have a documentary on the 4K.
Right.
4K.
Please show it all.
I had to get it from Europe, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, there was a lot of action scenes where he was like telling the director, "No, I got an idea. Let me run on the horses, and then I'll jump on the sheriff horse."
Yeah.
That was his idea. When he threw the 3 hours into the ground, so this way he could go real fast.
Yeah.
That was Kevin Costner.
And then the story was written by Penn Densham.
Densham, that's what it is.
Densham. Yeah. Of course, we got the cast of Kevin Costner. I gotta say, I watch his movies, and as an actor, I find him overrated. I don't find him.
Sometimes
he's really
He could go overboard.
Sometimes, yeah, because I think about like Untouchables.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's like the scenes where he's great, and then there's some scenes where you're like when he starts yelling and shit like that, it just doesn't sound right.
Not believable. The way it's delivered, it sounds like I was waiting for you.
You think this is a game? You think this is all a game?
And then we got Morgan Freeman as Azim.
Oh, yo, he
kicked ass.
balls.
Hell yeah.
He kicked ass in that part.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, but then again, anything Morgan Freeman does,
exactly.
he just has to talk, and I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
he's
He's
the
got that voice.
We got Mary Elizabeth Mastrantino.
Mastrantonio?
Mastrantonio.
Yeah.
What's it called? From what's it called? She was in Scarface.
Abyss.
We got Kristen Slater.
Will Scarlet.
Will Scarlet. Alan Rickman. Sherrif of
Fucking
Nottingham.
amazing.
And he didn't want to do the movie, right?
Yeah, it took him 3 tries, 3 times to ask him to make the movie or whatever.
Alan Rickman.
Sheriff.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
But he's always the best and everything. He's an awesome
He
actor.
actually had hired comedians to come in and rewrite the script because he thought the script was horrible. And he wanted more character or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have the extended edition on this. It was actually 20 minutes longer.
Oh, okay.
So
I
was
read
like,
about it.
It was fucking long. I was like, God damn it, man. It took up my whole life. But because the studios had cut out a lot of his scenes because they thought he was overshadowing Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Which kind of similar thing happened a couple of years before that with Batman. where they were saying that they cut out Jack Nicholson's scenes because they were overpowering Batman. Batman.
Keaton, yeah, Michael Keaton.
But yeah, so he had writers come in there, whatever, and put a lot of those ad-lib jokes and everything. Like the one when he's like, you 10:30, you 10:45, and bring a friend. His comedian friend wrote that and shit like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, but I love the guy. You know,
he's great, and he's so over the top, but perfect over the top. He just hits like the rim.
The dying scene at the end. I mean, I was like, that was like such like a theatrical, like drawn out, like you know.
That's one thing that when he passed away a couple of years ago. Yeah. Everybody was talking about Harry Potter and everything. Like, then the guys were like, "Wait, well, fucking Die Hard, man." Now I'm thinking, what about Robin Hood?
Yeah, so many. Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Dude.
He made that movie.
But it was just like nobody really mentioned his Sheriff of Nottingham. It was like that was like one of his fucking funniest, coolest roles.
Yeah, absolutely and stuff. And then of course a notable mention for Brian Blessed.
What the fuck? I didn't know he was in that movie.
How did you not know? I always knew that. Yeah, even as a little kid.
Bolton, you know, the guy from Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
He was Robin Hood's father in the beginning. You can see him when he charges with the white gun. He's like, how do you not know that's not Bolton?
Yeah, exactly. From a little kid, I really knew that was...
He's also Boss Nass in Phantom Menace.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, now you can definitely tell, too, his voice. You can tell his voice.
Now that you said that, I was like, oh, okay.
Reason not to think that you think it's so good.
I love it. What's it called? And then, just like I mentioned before, Sean Connery.
Yeah, he does a guest appearance. He wasn't even credited on this. There's not even a credit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's no credits on it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, but he had as much screen time as, what's his name? Brian Blessed.
Yeah, just about, right?
You know, it's only a couple of minutes in the beginning.
I think he said that was the original role they were going to give him, and then he didn't want it because he said he was tired of playing a father. Real quick, I want to mention that, so I got the 4K. It came from the UK.
Right.
It was not available in the United States, and I heard it was a decent transfer, and it sucked. I was so fucking disappointed.
No.
Like, the darks, first of all, was very grainy, and I don't care about green. Green looks, if it's all right.
Yeah, it was grainy from Amazon. I watched it on, and it was really grainy.
It looked great because it filled the fucking the screen up, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was perfect format.
Right.
But it was like all the dark scenes, especially in the beginning when they were in the cave, being tortured or whatever. It was like you could hardly barely see anybody.
Yeah.
It was very, very dark and like green. I was like, man.
Yeah, I want to see that torture. I want to see that sweat pouring off his brow.
So, I was saying about Alan Rickman was with the extended edition. There's more Alan Rickman scenes. Mm-hmm. There's also a subplot that they don't talk about in the other one. Is that the witch is his mother?
Yeah. Oh, because they mentioned that.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
The sheriff.
They mentioned that she was raised by a witch.
Yeah. But this one she goes full detail. She killed the original baby of the sheriff that was supposed to be the sheriff and replaced it with her own son. So he can be the sheriff. Yeah, there's a whole fucking scene with that. I was like, also there's a lot more Satan shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow, they really like pushed that satanic stuff. I don't remember in the original one, but there's a scene where all the guys are in the white robes and they're around a pentagram and it shows the land and he says this is how we're going to split the land and it's exactly in the pentagram.
No.
Yeah, and then they tell him, it's like, you got no gold. Because he gives them all gold because he's supposed to pay them off. Because she mentions it, she goes, the sheriff was trying to pay off all the enemies so they can band with him to take over the throne.
Yeah.
But they never showed it. And so when he gives them the money, they were like, what the fuck is this? They're like, this is not enough. He's like, well, Robin Hood took all of his money. They're like, well, if you don't have no gold, then we're not going to have you back. So you better get some gold. And then that's when he hires the Celts.
Yeah, because he just talks about it.
Just hiring hooligans.
They mentioned it really quick.
Needing the money to.
And then also they showed the first Celt, whatever, that they hired, the tribesmen, the barbarians. He brings them and he goes, these are the guys that are going to take care of the guy. He takes this freaking like torch and puts it on his hands like, That was cool. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool stuff. So he starts off with the Crusades, right?
Yep.
The Christians versus the Muslims.
Well, actually, he's just in a prison. It's
but it's during. Well, so the opening thing it says. He's in the prison. I know that. I'm just saying it takes place during
that time. Yeah.
During that time, but what it was the Christians versus the Muslims, right? Yeah, I just wasn't
a lot of people do not. They've never seen
it. It was the Christians versus anybody that didn't believe.
Yeah, that was what Kingdom of Heaven was about, right?
Yeah.
The Crusades, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does the big escape scene or whatever.
Yeah, and he wants to get
he takes the
guy's place because he doesn't believe he doesn't want to die because they were going to give the one of the beggars to get his head cut off.
Yeah,
Stole the bread or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's actually it was Maid Marian's
brother.
Brother.
Peter.
That's right.
His brother Peter.
His best friend.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they went into the war together.
Right,
Explains that later on. They went
So
to-
it was like, we're going to cut your hand off. That's why he's like, no, cut my hand off instead. And he plotted and they break out.
He takes Morgan Freeman with him.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman tells him.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody's got a chain on except for Morgan Freeman. He just
You
put a
got rope.
rope on him.
He's like,
I'm sorry, I had a rope. I'd be gnawing on that shit. Right.
He's like, "Go free me."
but yeah, so they escape, whatever. And he says that he's got a life, life vow or
Debt,
whatever.
yeah.
Life vow, whatever. So he's gonna follow him, whatever. And then meanwhile, they go back to England.
I wouldn't mind having me somebody with a life debt that's watching my
Right.
back.
It's funny though, the way he repays him finally at the end, but
Yeah.
like the payoff, but the whole movie's just like, now you can pay off that debt.
I'll do it when I want to.
He's getting fucking cheap.
But so then he goes to the king, and then the king gets set up where the sheriff is out there waiting for him and bamboozles him.
Yep.
That's how they take over Loxley estate.
Yeah, they said he was accused
Yeah,
of
but
witchcraft.
Yeah, he was accused of witchcraft.
Yeah, he looked all types of messed up in that cage they hung him up in. His face looked all.
Oh
like
yeah, that was
melted
nasty.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Well, it was 4 months later.
Yeah.
So they finally,
Yeah, rot and all that stuff, yeah.
I thought they put a mask on him.
Is
When
that
they hung
what-
up in the cage.
Maybe, I think so, yeah.
That's
That
what
might
I said,
that
it's all
might make
messed up,
sense,
like,
yeah.
you know.
They
I
put
told
a
you
mask
that
on, put
fucking
it-
copy, man, bullshit.
So, yeah, exactly. It looked like a melted face.
Yeah, you're right. That might
It
make
might be
more
a
sense,
bag
yeah.
or something.
He finds his father's dead. He finds Duncan, the servant. He was the only one that was loyal to his
And
father.
then he like
Yeah,
goes
cut
and
out
hugs
his
Christine.
eye.
He's like, no.
Cut the man.
I'm like, don't worry, I won't
exactly.
tell anybody about this.
With the what?
But he goes like hugging Kazim, like, and
Oh
banging
yeah,
his head
yeah.
against crying and
I
stuff.
was like, oh.
And like, don't worry, I won't tell the guys
Robin
about
Hood.
this.
It's all about Robin when he finds his father. He
Yeah.
turns to Azim and into his arms. He's like, let me cry in your
He's
arms.
like crying in his arms.
I
and
noticed
stuff.
that
It's
too. I
like-
forgot about that.
He's like, what the hell? You can make this guy.
But also seeing Duncan reminded me of Mark Blankfield and Robin
Oh,
Hood.
yeah, blinking.
Like, that's what.
when Robin Hood is visiting Maid Marian and he hears the screaming or something like that, and they try to break down the door. And I keep calling him Blinking, but
Oh, he says, yeah, Duncan.
yeah, he says, "Point me towards
Wait,
the danger."
yes, I wrote that down. They point me towards the danger.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
There's a couple of
I'll
times.
help you. Or something like that, you know. And it's like it reminded me of Blinking when he does the same thing. And he's like beating up the pole.
The pole, yeah. I first saw this movie, as I do. I get obsessed with things. I start reading a lot of books. And I was obsessed with Robin Hood. And there was all those little fables and every shit like that. So a lot of the stories were little stories that were told from fables or whatever. And they talk about it in the documentary about how it was like the story of Robin Hood came out because of travelers and everything. What they call them, the minstrels. That's what happened with Robin Hood. And anyway, one of those tales was about the boy and the killing the deer from the show.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like pretty much every Robin Hood version has that. Which I was surprised that they didn't have the contest in here because that's in every
Yeah,
version.
I would think so too.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit! I could have sworn he did the contest in here. So they wind up going to Peter's estate, so he can give Marianne her ring.
Yeah.
Ring that he told he was gonna give her. And I just felt like in my head, all I said when Marion came out and it was the hands lady,
Yeah.
he was like, damn! He's like, damn, you let yourself go, girl.
He's like, time has been kind
Kind
to
to
you.
you. Are you lying?
Moly.
When he helps the kid out, that's Michael Wincott, the guy from The Crow. I love that fucking
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot
yeah.
he was in this movie too.
Oh, yeah.
The
Guy
sheriff's
of
cousin.
Yeah.
Guy of Carsgrave or something like that, or Carsgrave. Like, I mean, he's always great as a bad guy.
Yeah. Bang, fuck, I'm dead.
Except for they did. He was the bad. Well, one of the bad guys in Along Came a Spider.
Mm-hmm.
And I read the book. In the book, like he was this genius, the character he was playing, and this
Yeah,
one they
yeah.
made him like a fucking ass. Yeah, so they go. Yeah, Marion kicks his ass, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Kick him right in the balls, bro. Like, bam. One side,
he burnt them. You got burnt.
Yeah, well, of course.
I just think it was a pride thing. It was already over. You know, he's like, "Oh shit, it's you, Mary. What's up?" And she's like, "Cool." You know, it's like,
And now what's his name's coming? Guy's coming now with the army
Right.
to go over there, whatever.
Do you know that he smacked Marilyn on the ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, thanks, man. Oh, damn.
Well, that was the thing, because he was supposed to be like a child. He was supposed to be like a big boy. She keeps saying that. She's like,
Yeah, he's a
That's
bully.
why you're a bully
He was
and
burning
you
his
fucking-
her hair and all that kind of stuff.
No, I remember you had.
chased him into the
No,
forest.
yeah.
So he chases him into the forest.
Yeah, the forest is supposed to be on it.
Yeah, because that's where the merry men come from.
Yeah.
Like, why would you be scared of somebody called the merry men?
No, because it's just called the
Merry Men.
Well,
They don't call, but in the books and everything.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I don't think it was just the ghost of
They
Sherwood
built the
Forest.
Sherwood Village.
You know, they call themselves the Merry Men.
You know that they're called the merry men.
We know that, yeah.
Yeah.
People
The men
who
in
read the
tights.
book.
Yeah, and that's when he meets John Little, who he calls Little John.
Or should I call you Little John?
They think he might have been a real character in real life too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they said they have a grave or whatever, and it was a huge grave too.
No, man.
Where they do the cool fighting scene or whatever with the sticks. That's like
Yeah,
That was
on the
awesome.
waterfall.
Yeah, yeah.
That's well done.
All the fight scenes were very, very long.
I was gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
the ending
Good call.
fighting
The ending
scene
scene was
really
fucking
Oh, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
The sword fighting, all the sword fighting, the way they just went from like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
they were
It was
using
like flowed.
they were using the environment and everything.
Yeah, it was very,
They were
very
breaking
flowed.
shit. You know?
So they go into the fight. The water was like 32 degrees, and they filmed all day on that shit. So he just had to keep jumping into the water and everything. He said it was fucking miserable. He said it was frozen. It was frozen, and you had to sit there sometimes.
Yeah, and it's outside, so it's not like you just like heat the water, you know.
So when he finally gets the best of Little John, fucking he's in the water. He's like, "You yield?" He's like, "I can't swim." He's like, "Put your feet up."
It's messed up too because he's like, "Hey, Dad, watch out! This guy beat up a bunch of us soldiers."
20
He's
guys.
like, "Did your dad? I saved you, and you're not gonna say nothing."
Yeah, so they're basically they're all outlaws that they were being taxed unfairly by the sheriff.
Yeah.
And that's why they were all running away and they ran to the thing. And he's right off the bat. He's like, "All right, we gotta fight."
He's like, "I'm
"Why
not joining you. I'm gonna lead you."
Exactly. It jumps back over to the sheriff now, and there's another hint of Satanism, is that he says, "I have to go see my other god," and that's when he goes to the church.
Okay.
Do the what do they call it? Arms for the poor?
Yeah. On sort of
Oh,
where
right.
they're donating.
Yeah. So then he tells the witch, "I'm gonna go see my other god," because I still gotta keep up with tradition. So I don't know if that was in the extended cut. or not.
Okay, I thought you were saying Robin Hood said that. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
his dad really was a witch.
Yeah. So they find out that Maid Marian tells them that the sheriff is creating an army and everything. They don't know what for. They think he's gonna try to take over the whole thing.
And then he gives
goes
her
to
the knife.
Wait, what? Yeah.
He gives her the knife, that beautiful knife and stuff.
Then he goes to see the cardinal and everything. And I didn't notice this before, but I don't remember it a lot. But when he sees the cardinal and Robin Hood grabs his hand or whatever, you see him like shaking.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh shit! Like he's visibly like shaking.
He
He's
knows
like,
he's about to get it. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"You gonna kiss it or you gonna kill me?"
and then he tells him that he's like, "Yeah, your father was kind of into Satan. He was worshiping." He's like, "Man, you're a fucking liar."
Well, I know what I'm saying. He's a liar, man. I can see it.
So I love that scene too. He opens up the door, and fucking like the sheriff just walking up and he's like, "Oh shit!"
You lie.
And your souls do not shed blood in the house of God! In there, you bastard! In there! Loxley! I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon!
Then it begins.
He comes out and he slices
Like
him.
right in the face there.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. He was just like, "Oh shit, like." It's almost
He didn't even know that was the sheriff, right? If you think about it,
Yeah,
he never even seen him.
Well,
He
no,
never
I
saw
think
him.
wouldn't he been sheriff like before he went to the Crusades? He just wasn't as powerful or something.
Yeah, but he was in the
Wow.
Crusades for a couple of years. So I mean,
That's what I'm saying. You know.
Could he remember his name? He's like, oh, Loxley, I remember you.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Even the cousin who's like, "Oh, you're locked."
But I love that when he's chasing him, and fucking the sheriff runs and he just like slides and then grabs onto somebody. Like, the way he just does like this really cool like slide. And he grabs onto somebody. He's like, "You idiot!"
Yeah, sheriff just starts beating on somebody randomly.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. It's like,
Take that angle
like,
on
he
somebody.
just takes because he just does a slide where he just keeps going. He's like, and he grabs onto the guy and he's like, "You
And then everybody's watching. He's like, "What you get?" He went to go grab somebody else and running away.
That's when he does the 4 horses, where he jumps on the 4 horses and jumps on and steals the sheriff's horse and shit like that.
That's awesome.
But before that, he grabs onto the freaking bell tower thing, goes flying up it, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon."
Why a spoon, cousin? Why not an axe? Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
He's like, oh, why would you do it, boom? Because it's dull. It will hurt more. You idiot. Oh.
And then when he winds up killing him later on, he's like, "At least I didn't use a spoon."
Yeah, and that was another line too. The whole spoon line was written by some comedians.
Oh,
that,
okay.
Helped out. And then that's why after they added that, they loved it so much because they said the whole fucking set was laughing. So they said they were going to add some scenes in there. And that's why they added the scene. It was like, why a spoon? And then they added the last scene to be.
That's
he
funny.
kills it.
It goes back to the
goes back to the
thing.
thing.
Like, "You stole the sheriff's horse."
So he does the whole Errol Flynn thing. Well, before Will Scarlett's like talking shit, he's like, "Nah, man, we gotta fucking send him back and get the money, the reward money or whatever."
Yeah, 500.
And then he's about to fucking like, yo, he's like, "This grimy little bitch."
Look out!
Like from behind, he's about to hit him with the fucking.
knife? Yeah.
Right through
right
the
there.
hand. Good shot.
But then he does the whole Errol Flynn / Daffy Duck Robin Hood speech where he stands up on the tree trunk and he's got to say the whole thing. "If you want to fight with me."
One man fighting for his home is worth 10 men.
So that's when Robin Hood was talking about using their environments. And that's what I say, like, you're waiting for that because now that builds up a whole thing where they're building these villages and shit like that.
It's
Put
like
everything up in the
all this
trees.
time, these people have been living in the.
That's what I said too.
And nobody thought
about
we should
nobody thought,
like make a
build
hut.
house.
And it's an Ewok village,
Right.
which is funny because when they released the toys was the Ewok village, and they put the Robin Hood toys.
Oh,
in there.
really?
The Robin Hood
Oh, that's
characters in
pretty
there.
cool.
So and I read that way after I fucking watched the movie,
Yeah.
and I'm like, because I made the joke in there too. I was like, they're building an Ewok village. And then I found out that, oh shit, they really did. They used
Hey,
the Ewok
man,
village.
someone's got to buy
Yeah,
those toys.
Kenner, yeah, exactly. So now they show like a montage of them stealing from the rich. Friar Tuck comes. And he's just fucking awesome. He's just-
Oh yeah, they're just robbing
Drunk as
everybody,
shit.
and then they wind up.
and they're doing all the cool camo shit too, like where they're fucking like going down into the ground and covering themselves like
that
that.
was dope.
Looks like fuck,
That was definitely
or like the way that the like a curtain that just dropped down. They're all standing there, pop, pop, pop.
That was genius.
Friar Tuck doesn't want to go down. They kicks Robin in the face, and he tries to fucking go up because he's all drunk and shit like that.
I'm smarter
He
than you
starts
are.
biting his ankle and
Yeah,
shit.
he's just basically.
He's like, "Shoot him! Shoot him!"
Oh, so now Maid Marian comes into the Sherrif Forest. Now this has been going. Now you can see like this has been going on. Time has passed where they're
Yeah.
fucking.
They've been doing it.
They're robbing the shit out of
yeah,
robbing people for a while now and everything. So now she finally
Well,
comes
because
in there.
they even mentioned that when they're like, "Let's go hire those Celts and shit," they're like, "The bank's empty, the vault's
Yeah.
empty. Who are you gonna hire?"
They tried to
them with?"
raise the ransom.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we can't do that. We don't have the money. But Robin Hood called and he's like, yo, it's 100 now. I bet you're going to be 1,000 if I keep poking them. She made million like, yeah, okay.
So the scene, they're all out there. They're all partying or whatever. And Asim's talking to the kid about Allah. Allah. Right? And then fucking the Friar Tuck comes over there and he's like, "Don't you put that..." All of a sudden he sounds like a redneck.
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't you put that devil worshiping stuff into my people's heads," and stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Where does that shit go?
No, because even when Azim, is it Azim or Kazim? Azim, when he goes to help with the giving birth.
Well, that's the next scene that happens right after that. And he's like,
And he's
"Dick."
still like, he's still like, "God."
If he killed your child,
He's
I would
even
have
mumbling
been
shit
back-
on the outside, you know, like, "I'm telling you, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill it. You're gonna do it."
And then he fucking saves the baby and he's like, "Yo, my man, I'm sorry, man." He goes,
Why do I feel like a jackass? Oh, you know what's funny though? We gotta pass it though, but when Azim and with Lincoln, what's this guy's name? The blind guy.
Duncan.
They're standing outside the
Oh,
building,
yes,
and
the
he's
Moors.
like talking his shit about Moors.
Moors,
He's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, filthy Moors and shit," you know. He's like, "What kind of name is Azim anyway?" He's like, "Oh."
Duncan? Maud, oh, shit.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh shit."
It's like it was like this close to using the N word.
Yeah.
Them N words.
You see Morgan Freeman's all walking up like, "What's up?" What you gonna say?
So you say, I did.
But he's always cool, man. He's like, no, I would love you. Will just keeps getting shit on. Because like, he tries to dance and Maid Marian, and Robin's like, nah, I got this. He's like, yo, I was trying to hit that shit for a long time, right? Bro, don't come in there.
That was it.
Like, at least let him get one dance. He's been in this forest for a long time. You know, at least rub up a little bit.
Robin sends Marion off, whatever. She's going to give a letter to the cardinal to tell the king that he got to get his ass back over here.
Right.
Of course, we all know the cardinal is a fucking asshole. They send the handmaid with them. And, you know, he gets duped. She gets duped. She
gets knocked out. He's like, my horses, can you check it?
And that's the scene, that's the extended scene I'm talking about, when he goes to the guild and like asking with the pentagram and the map and everything, and he asks for all the money, whatever, and then the kill comes. We talked about all that before.
Yeah.
But that's where the scene happens. It happens right after that, showing that like he's running out of fucking shit to do.
Yeah, he's running out of options.
And then the sheriff.
That's when you find out the big plot twist that Sheriff, not plot twist, but the plot
Reveal,
I guess. Maid Marian needs to get married. I mean, the sheriff needs to marry Maid Marian in order to get to the throne. Now they explain in the extended edition, after she explains that I'm your mom, whatever, and I killed the original baby. We need royal blood in our family in order to take control.
Right.
And that's the real reason why they need him to have a baby.
Okay.
So they really don't go into
does
detail.
mention something
She
about
goes really
that.
small detail, but
She's
she
more
goes
like she's looking into the future. She
Yeah.
says, I see a royal blood. You know,
Yes,
baby,
she explains it to her in this scene that she was like, she's like, I've always wanted to have I always needed to have royal blood in here. It can't be just you taking over the throne.
Yeah.
It has to be the
It's
baby.
legitimized.
Maid Marian send them back home, and then they're like, fuck it, we gotta go grab her and kidnap her or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking Duncan, man. He's like, come on, friend, I need your eyes.
Yeah, I know, right? The horse, betrayed him too. He didn't even be like, yo, there's some people following you. But what's funny is that the way that they went back to Marion's house is by boat.
Right.
Yeah,
But the horse knew how to walk back.
That's a great fucking point.
Yeah.
I just thought about that myself.
That's a really great point. Yeah, because they said we'll send you back.
So nobody knows how to get back here.
because going there, they said they blindfolded her.
Yeah.
So this way she wouldn't know the spot, and then going back this way she wouldn't know the spot still. But yeah, it's a good.
That sheriff's horse, right?
I was just thinking it too. Wasn't that the
That's
sheriff's
the
horse
sheriff's
too?
White horse, right?
White
White
horse,
horse, yeah, white horse is
That's
the
the sheriff's
sheriff.
horse. And Robin had stole that horse.
Yeah.
And brought it back to the forest.
See,
But he didn't bring it to Mary Marion's house.
No, he did not.
That's what I'm saying. If the sheriff was a little nicer to the house, he could have just been like, "Show me where Robin lives."
Yeah, it's a horse, not a dog.
He's like sniffing around.
Sniffing around.
That's funny.
Yeah, so the Celts attack or whatever, fucking awesome scene. So now in the extended edition too, they said there's more violence. And it's even like almost a rape scene. Was that there now?
Yeah.
But he's like ripping off the girl's
Yeah.
top shit.
The guy starts and then somebody kills him.
I'm
in
like,
the
what
back.
the fuck? Because they had a lot of problems with that in the UK.
Yeah.
Where they had to cut some scenes because they said
Yeah. Also, when they went to go grab Maid Marian,
at the ending.
the guy was like, "Oh, I've never seen royal breasts
Royal breasts
before,"
before,
something
yeah.
like that.
Oh, shit.
That was a
Yeah.
problem too. They were like, "Yeah, they should have probably made it PG-13."
I thought it was PG-13, but they
No,
were
it's
saying
PG.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it
Oops.
Well, that's what they were saying. It should have been PG-13.
Oh, no,
unless they
see,
changed it.
this is UK. This is a 12 rating.
Yeah, it's PG.
But yeah, it's so cool, man. That whole fucking scene is just awesome.
Yeah, and it was great how all the training they won. In the first
yeah.
wave.
Well, and then
they're
the arrows come.
Well, then it's like, fuck, we didn't think about that one.
It's like, made all this stuff out of wood. Nothing could stop us except for fire arrows.
And dry palm and all that shit. Arrows.
She's like, good God.
They're like, they would never burn the forest. Oh shit, they're doing it.
Yeah, but that whole scene, but like I said, that whole particular fight scenes, there were some scenes that were like really well shot, and I'm like, I wonder if Kevin Costner had to do a little bit more about that one, because the other guy is more of a kind of a journeyman director, where he just he did Rapid Fire, Murder at 1600. Yeah, so they wound up kidnapping all the tribesmen or whatever. And torturing him, whatever, and the sheriff shows that he's got the letter. He's like, you stupid bitch. Okay, again, I just want to make sure you guys saw this. But the kids, when the kids come in the room and he tells her he's going to marry her or he's going to kill the kid, that was in the what?
He didn't say he was going to kill him. He didn't say he was going to kill him.
He had the knife.
Yeah.
He had the knife to his throat.
Said, as a wedding present, and she was like, well, who's marrying? And that's when he said, you're going to marry me.
Yeah.
I thought you said them to the townspeople.
No, the kids. He had to hold the kids in the castle, and that's when he forces Maid Marian to say that he's going to marry her.
Well, they look out the window, and
Yeah.
he points at
They see
the
all the-
kids.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He brings in the kids into the room.
Oh, okay.
He brings
yeah,
he brings like 10 kids into the room.
Oh no! This one they point out the window. He goes, "Hey, get the kids!" And then they all like kind of take him out of the crowd
Yeah.
and bunch them together. And he's like, I'll spare
Oh
the kids.
no! Yeah, so it's different than he's thinking.
Yeah.
About it. So he brings them into the thing or whatever, and he crawls next to her or whatever, and he's got the knife out and everything. He's telling her like, he's threatening her, and he said in real life he loves kids or whatever. He's like he's great with kids. So he's like in between like him being mean, he kept like doing funny faces to the kids, so this way she wouldn't get scared.
Yeah.
Because he was being really scary and like, but he was threatening to fucking kill him. I was like, he's like showing children a forced marriage.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so then they start doing the torture scenes, whatever. He's like, pain or death. He's like, torture him. Would you keep the noise down, please? Will Scarlet there, he's like, yo, I'll kill him. I'll kill Robin.
Yeah.
He's like, all
No
right.
problem.
But when he goes back, he tells them at least that fucking, they're going to be hanging out.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, I'm your brother.
I was shocked. I didn't know that at all.
You didn't know that?
I didn't.
I
When I
remember
saw it,
that.
I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I
oh my
remember
god.
that part.
I
Yeah.
thought you bro.
Everybody knows I'm a huge Christian Slater fan. I think we mentioned it in season 1. Jay Choice was like, I think you got a man crush on Christian Slater. I was like, I kind of think I do. It's like, it's nothing gay. It's just, he's just like the coolest fucking dude. I mean, he's like our James Dean of our freaking generation. You know what I mean? Pump Up the Volume, Heathers. He's always playing Interview. He's because his father had an affair.
Yeah.
And it was his brother. Because I thought about that too. Because I always thought, I was like, I remember it was his brother, but how come we didn't know he had a brother?
No. His father didn't have an affair.
He said
his
he
father
did.
got remarried.
No, he
No,
says
that's why he broke up the
because
marriage.
your father had an affair, and broke up the marriage. Yep.
Yeah.
No, because he could
I'm
never
100%.
accept him as a brother.
I'm 100%.
That-
100%. That's why I said, I'm telling you.
I
Yeah.
thought
I
he
wrote
was
it down.
married.
I wrote it down.
I
He's
thought
the
he
brother
was
of the
married
affair
in
his
there,
father
yeah.
had.
Yeah.
And the sheriff's drunk now. And he's telling the hangman what he says about the, see again, I hope this is on the,
Yeah, I know.
But he's telling the hangman, he's like, I don't want to wake up to see no broken necks in the morning.
No.
Yeah, he's all drunk.
I didn't know you
Oh,
were
damn,
drunk
man.
either.
Yeah, I was gonna
wish-
say drunk part.
Yeah, he was all drinking and everything that night.
Oh, damn.
Again, the director, they basically kicked him out of the editing room. They just wanted, they took the studio.
I hate when the studios do that.
Yeah, so
they usually mess
made a lot
things
of
up.
changes. Yeah, it was 2 hours and 35 minutes with the extended version.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 20 minutes extra. And
and
movies
back
weren't
then,
that.
yeah.
Exactly. And that's what they were afraid of too, because Dancing with Wolves, I think it was 3
That
hours.
was a long one, yeah.
That was 3 hours long, and it didn't make a lot of money. It won a lot of Oscars, but it didn't make a lot of money. They're making plans, whatever. They're like, all right, this is how we're gonna get the fucking rescue them, whatever. And Little John's wife, man, she's a fucking baller, man. She's like, I've had 8 babies.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
you talk to
Don't
me
tell
like
me I
that.
can't fight.
She's like, all right.
Right? I didn't
Like
like
you
that.
got that. Yeah. Oh yeah, well, I'll put you right in the middle.
Well, there you go.
I don't know why I put this, but so now they're setting up, and the friar comes in. He's like, I got the brew and everything, but it's like black powder or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
Gunpowder.
And he says, "Is this your finger?"
Yeah, because he's
So
talking about
no.
Morgan Freeman was dressed up as a leper. Okay?
Oh,
So-
yes,
And to
okay.
freak the hangman out.
Yes.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
get your finger. He said, oh, God, get him away from me.
Yeah. Okay, now I remember. I do that sometimes. I write it without context, and I'm like, I'll remember what.
Yeah. I'll forget it. That's most of my work notes.
Oh, really?
And then like a day or two later, I'm like, shit, I gotta start putting more details on these.
But now, Will is with them and everything, and then fucking the little kids
You
start
keep
blowing up the
fucking-
spot.
You traitor.
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on down there? He brings out Will.
And it was like, there's no more room. And he said they're gonna cut off his head.
He's like, sorry, I'm gonna have to decline.
I'm out to the guy.
Yeah.
The guy getting
He's
killed.
like, there's always room.
And it tied him
oh
to,
yeah, okay, no, yeah.
it
Will
tied him
said
to the
that.
gunpowder. Tied him to the gunpowder.
Oh yeah. It's a great fucking scene too.
Which sucks too, because everybody else gets hanged and this guy's gonna get his
He's dead,
head
chopped
chopped off. But what's it called? When they hang the little kid,
Yeah.
the way he falls, I'm like, his neck ain't snapped.
Yeah.
He's light.
No, but it's
No, but-
still like that jerk. He's like, boom, 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 you know, like,
Shit,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
Damn.
usually, you know, if they just let him go, it's like, you know, you choke to death. But, you know, when you get dropped like that, it's
Yeah.
just sever
Well,
your...
it's a mixture. It's either you break your neck or you
That's
get
what I'm
choked.
saying,
You die. But it's a great fucking scene, though, man. It really builds up the tension.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's like fucking Robin Hood's trying to set up a shot and everything, and he's just like, you can't get the shot.
Yeah, everything got messed up. Right? They're like, what are we doing? Like, the scene blows out the fire.
Yeah, everybody starts dropping and shit like that, and then he does he licks the fucking arrow and shit like that. I was like, yo, that was dope.
And then they use like a 300 frame per second camera to do that,
Yeah.
slow mo, you know,
Yeah.
fire arrow shot. And they did it on another shot as well. They used that
The
camera.
the flame arrow. The
Flame
arrow.
arrow?
Yeah.
Something else.
Definitely did it.
Something else.
Was
it the
when
catapult?
he split the arrow.
Oh, okay.
When he split the arrow, because that was from the Errol Flynn movie.
Yeah. So
now-
he starts everybody revolting. You know, Azim
Hakeem
gives
was-
himself.
He's like, I fights with Robin Hood.
He's like, I ain't one of you, and I'm still fighting.
Freedom speech.
And he's like, join me, and nobody went, fight for Robin Hood. And he's like, yeah.
We don't know about you though.
Yeah. Oh, the white guy? Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
We're with him.
I was trying to say that without saying it.
Oh, he did the double arrow. Maybe that's what it was. When he did the 2 arrows.
No, he bite the
That's what I
feather
said.
though.
Yeah.
He bite the
No,
feather
but that's
though.
Well,
not
he does
slow
do
mo.
that.
That's
That's
just
slow mo,
so
right?
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was cool shit.
That was
I
dope.
think that they said they did that with the catapult scene. When they do the catapult when they fly over.
I can't see that being.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember. That's
It
what
was
I'm
definitely an
saying.
arrow scene. It was definitely an arrow scene.
Yeah,
I remember those 2 arrow scenes that they did that.
But I know they were
I
saying
think it was when he split the arrow though.
when they did the catapult, the stuntman like flew off the
Oh
backwards.
really?
Is she worth it? Worth dying for? Well! Fuck me, he cleared it.
That's the thing. So they had to do it like in reverse. You know, in order to get the shot.
Oh shit!
They couldn't get him to launch.
And that's when Chris was saying, he's like, "Fuck me, he cleared it."
Yep. Yeah, that scene was ad-libbed.
Oh, so back in the castle now, he's still trying to marry marrying her.
Yeah.
He's like, "Shut up, you twit!" The way he says "twit."
I know. I love Alan Rickman. Shut up. So he's like, I can't do it all that noise.
He's like,
I will never marry you.
That's my wife, crone.
Get away!
She's ripe. She will give us a son. You must take her now.
I will not take her until we are properly wed. For once in my life, I will have something pure. Will you stop interfering?
'tis madness to delay. He's like, I must marry her first. She's like, just do it. He's like, I must marry her first, you crone.
It was funny. I want to have at least something that's pure. And I'm like, I turned to Melanie. I'm just like, what, like the baby born of rape?
That is wedlock.
And then fucking Azim shows up. Robin Hood shows up.
Yeah, he busts through the window while Azim is busting down the door.
There's no love. And I always remember the video. Remember the video? And when they show that scene
Oh,
when
yeah,
he comes
yeah,
to
yeah,
the when he comes, that's like the
crashes
fast
and he
part.
gets up and pulls the sword
Yeah,
out.
it's like the fast part at the end. It's like, there's no love like your love. I remember all those 90s videos with the movies. And like I could
you
point to
visual to
scenes.
see the video,
Yeah, visual,
yeah.
especially like Terminator 2, like You Could Be Mine.
yeah.
Certain,
So Azim, or the witch, decides to go back around and try to kill Azim.
Yeah.
He can't have sex with all that banging going on the door and shit.
and did we talk about that she forced Saw that Azim was gonna kill him.
We didn't talk about it, but she's like, the colored man.
The painted
Painted
man.
man, painted man.
They always say, "Go on, painted."
He's
That's
that's
what
my
she said.
dreams.
That's originally why she tells Sheriff to go after both of them. She's like, you must kill them both.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah.
So the witch winds up stabbing him in the leg, Azim.
Yeah.
And then they wind up doing a little tussle where he kills the witch, or he stabs her at least.
Yeah, she went toward him.
Yeah.
And he had the spear
He got
out.
the spear, yeah.
You got that nice close up. That one haunt my dreams.
Word.
And then meanwhile, the Friar Tuck, he goes after the Cardinal. And starts
Oh,
giving him
yeah,
all the
same time.
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the same time. He's giving him all the gold.
You wouldn't hit a man of the cloth, would you?
But he says, and here's 30. He goes, and here's 30 pence for
So
something.
30 silver pieces.
pieces for your thing, and that's what Judas was paid to give up Jesus.
He said 30 silver pieces on your way to hell.
It was fucking dope, man. That was the best Friday Tuck ever.
It
Man.
was, but-
Better than Porky Pig.
Yes.
That's a high bar.
Yeah, that's a high bar, man. He kills freaking, I think, but Aziz helps him the one last time. That's where he does his life vow.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Because
happens because he
went
kills the sheriff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, we're all done and shit." And the witch
The
just
witch
pops
comes
out
back.
of
That's
nowhere.
what it was. Okay, yes.
Yeah. And she just pops out of nowhere, and just as she's about to kill him, he finally breaks the door open.
throws the
Throws that
fucking
big
sword.
ass sword.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot.
And
I
that's
was
why
like, I
he's
looked
like,
at that, I was like,
my life is
God.
debt's paid.
I'm good, man. I'm gonna go downstairs now.
Yeah.
That was a great scene, too.
They got hors d'oeuvres downstairs.
Word.
And that's it, man. They fucking finally kiss. And the
And he
wedding.
says, "I die for you." Just like the song.
That's what he says in the catapult too. Where Morgan Freeman says to him, that's what we said in the earlier. He's like, "Is she worth it? Is she worth dying for?"
Well, because he asks him, why were you locked up?
Yeah.
And then he was telling a story about
Yeah.
like, the
it
women in
was a
my
woman,
land are
You don't
so
have to
beautiful
poison
they'll
them.
make
You don't have
you
to
do
poison them.
anything. He's like, "Is that what happened to you?" And he didn't want to answer the question.
Yeah, he kept like egging him on and everything. He finally told
He's
him.
like, "Oh my God, it's a girl!"
Because he wouldn't tell him where East was.
Yeah.
Fucking
What
religion. And then we have the wedding, the famous fucking wedding where Sean Connery shows up as King Richard.
The only person with an English accent,
Word.
even though it's Scottish.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, people talk about that too. It's like, does anybody have a real fucking accent in this fucking movie? Alan Rickman was the only one.
Closest, yeah.
Think about
Christian
that.
Slater just for a couple of seconds. And
No,
then
that's what we talked about
saying.
before.
He was having a hard time.
Him and
getting
Kevin
it.
Costner go in and out. You could see it all
Yeah.
the time. That was one
Yeah,
of
they
the
said it
biggest
was
things.
disastrous.
Yeah.
it was.
That the director just stopped
kind of
asking.
asking.
Just stop asking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like, fuck it. Just
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed this movie.
I enjoyed it.
Definitely enjoyed watching it again after all this time. And
That's what I'm saying. I
and
mean,
just like I said,
I didn't remember it being that good.
To me, it's one of the best.
It is. It's
Robin Hood
hands down,
movies.
hands down.
You know, like I look at the one with what's this guy's name?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
I never saw that movie.
I watched it. It's really hard. I
That's what
watched the
everybody
one with
says.
Uma Thurman and the guy from Sleeping with the Enemy, the bad guy from that.
Oh, that was a TV movie.
Oh, was
But
it?
speaking of which, I confirmed that Of Mice of Men with Randy Quaid, that was a TV movie. And the guy who played, so we talked about that on the podcast that we did, which we'll talk about afterwards. He was saying, yeah, I saw Of Mice and Men in school with Randy Quaid. And I was like, Randy Quaid? I was like, maybe I was like a TV movie or something?
He played
Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny.
And but the other guy who played, I call him Gary Sinise. That's all I know is Gary Sinise in the Randy Quaid version. I mean, John Malkovich version. It was Robert Blake, who would later go on to kill his wife.
Yeah.
He was the guy who played Beretta.
But,
Remember with the parrot, the guy, your mom used to watch that show.
And they
He's the one that got shot his wife.
Yeah, Poop Egg Pappy, my dog.
Oh man, the
That's his
90s one, right?
Yeah, the John Malkovich one. Yeah,
That's what I was talking about. I was like, that fucking movie fucks me
They're
up
like,
every
we're just
time.
gonna kill him. He's like, fine, just do what you gotta do.
Oh, I hate that movie, man. It makes me cry
breaks
every
my
time.
heart.
Tell me about
Like,
the
is that what
rabbits,
they're gonna do
George.
with it? Is that what they're gonna do to me?
Yeah, no, I agree. There's not a version I would rather watch than this version. It got me obsessed with it. I was reading all the old fables by the minstrels. So what do you? I mean, I like the rating I was coming up with. The 2 thumbs up thing. I was like,
Yeah, no, I just figured all of those bad kind
It's
of
easy.
bad.
Well,
this,
you know
that.
what?
It's kind of a little complicated. So.
It's not as complicated as doing number system where we're doing like 1.5, 2.5.
Well, if you only go to 5, yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, but we're still doing like, all right, medium is 3. So you just, it's like, it's either.
Well, if I say good, where's that in the scale?
So look, that's what I said.
To the people.
So look, I'll write down. So it's 5 things, right? So it's good. I mean, it's horrible. Pretty bad. Okay. Really good. Great.
What if I want to get in the middle of kind of good?
0.5.
I'd be like really good. 0.5.
Let's start off with chops. We start off with chops.
I'm gonna give it really good. Really good. I can see it again. I watched it once. I really good because you notice different things. Every time you watch it, you see something different in the movie. That's for me anyway. Morgan Freeman character totally he stole it from me because a lot of stuff that he was saying, he's really genius shit that he was coming up with.
He was not, he was a good guy, man. He was very educated, but it was like he was like against the savage that he thought that he was.
Well, that's what it was. It was like everybody just thought because he was a Moor, he was a barbaric savage, and it was like, no, they're very educated, learned people.
And there's a lot of stuff that Robin was doing. He'd look at him and be like, really? Damn.
You're like, how the hell did you win that fight? You guys are dumb.
Like, you whine like a mule. You third eye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a funny part too. All right, Jay, what you got, man?
I got really good as well, or pretty good with it.
Really good?
Yeah, really good.
That's right before great.
Yeah. I would say really good. I didn't notice anything new, but I think that was just because we watched it so much as a kid.
The extended version threw me off.
That would have thrown me off. Yeah, I would have been awesome to watch. And I definitely want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely glad we watched it.
And, that was my biggest fear. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get shit. I feel like I'm gonna get shit when I pick a movie. And I did try to I saw the running time, but the extended version was 2.5 hours, and I'm like, all right, but hopefully it holds up still, or whatever, and it did. To me, it was more about nostalgia, because I remember we were in summer school that year, and we used to go to the movies right after fucking school.
Yep.
And we saw that one twice in the theater. This was also the year that I believe Terminator 2 came out, because I think that was the #1 movie of the year.
It was.
Right? Really surprised that freaking Everything I Do was not the #1 song. But that's just you saying that's the song that's playing at that time.
When it came out.
Afterwards. Afterwards,
It
changed, All right, so that makes
I always
sense
go by the date that was released.
But I mean, I fucking had a blast, man, and I started early, and I was just sitting. I was like, "Fuck, man, it makes you feel like a kid again." I love that feeling when you're like, when you just brings you back to being like high school when you're hyped up about something like that.
Yeah.
Also, I think Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey came out. I think I saw that like fucking 3 times in the theater with different people. It was like, oh, I want to see this. Oh, I'll go with you. But it was just like the summer of movies, man. It was like it was a huge thing to go. And remember, we couldn't reserve our seats.
Nope.
So that was. I remember when we went with Brian.
Sometimes you get sold out. You gotta go home.
Sold out. Many times that happened. Yep.
Wait for the next show.
Bride of Chucky. It took us 3 weeks to see because every time we went to go see it, it was sold out. Fucking Bride of Chucky.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. And then also you didn't have your seats, so I remember seeing a Terminator 2 and Halloween. Remember that's probably the most recent one. The Rob Zombie's remake. You had to sit up in the front fucking row and shit like that, watching the movie like that.
Yeah, it was just when you got there, you gotta make a seat.
But also, as like Quentin Tarantino was saying, though, it was a big deal because you had 300 people in one theater.
Yeah.
Compared to now, it's like 100.
Mini theaters.
Because now everybody's got the reclining seats and everything, so you can't have as many seats or whatever. And it was a big deal. I remember seeing Cable Guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the guy fucking slapped the other dude because he didn't want to move over and shit like that. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, now it's all reserved seats, so now we got to fight for it. No, this is my reserved seat.
Interview with a Vampire came out on my birthday. And we had 2 rows of people fucking sitting in that. That was dope as fuck, man. I was like, we ruled it. But so because of the nostalgia, I'm gonna go like I said with Jay, I'm gonna go pretty good 0.5. Almost great. Because it really is, it's almost great. I mean, a couple of things ruin it. The accents, obviously.
Yeah.
Some of the acting. It's, sometimes it's a little
cheesy.
Yeah, a little cheesy. But then, you know, fucking, you got people like Alan Rickman elevating the fuck out of it.
Right.
And you know, it
Exactly.
sucks too because recently I had the playing cards. Remember
Oh,
I bought them over
damn
and
it.
showed it to you?
I got, because, so this is the packaging. So Tops, right? The Tops.
Back in those days, all the movies that came out, Batman, we had the cards.
Batman, I had a
Yeah,
freaking whole
cards,
shoebox
yeah,
full of
you
that
know,
shit.
like this.
Terminator 2,
Goonies. You know?
yeah, all the big movies.
Yeah, I had a big summer blockbuster.
And yeah, so Jake got bought a card set for his wife, and they gave him this for free.
Yeah, it came with a whole bunch of free
and
packs, and it was
he was
this in it.
so kind enough to give them to me, and it's fucking cool as shit. And you got like stuff like this, you know what I mean? You would have like
The scene, and then a fun fact in the back, or something about the actor.
yeah, and then in the back of it, you'd have some stuff in there. Really cool stuff, man. We have character cards, location cards.
Put the cool ones
Like,
out.
see, look, Tempest Flare, Christian Slater.
There you go. That was, if you notice, there's a hole on the top of that because Lewis has that one.
Zazine. Oh, and then in the back of it, right, it would be a puzzle.
Yeah, some of the cards.
Yeah,
You know, it
and
was
then
like the garbage
it was
truck
the
games and
yeah, it
stuff,
was the
yeah.
character cards would usually the character and location cards would have a
That's
puzzle.
got Christian Slater on it.
No,
No,
it's
that's
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood pulling the arrow back.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever finished the puzzle.
Oh, yeah,
and I
yeah.
never finished the collection either. I remember Batman I was closest to.
Yeah, I
think
remember
Batman.
getting those,
Yeah, I had,
So
I had,
much
I like,
money
I had
in
like
it.
almost like 2 of them left
Damn. To complete the whole
to complete it, but it was like McDonald's
I
Monopoly.
was just about to say, just trying to get the boardwalk in Monopoly.
Yeah, right?
In the McDonald's Monopoly.
Cool stuff. All right, man. And that's it, man.
So don't forget to like
I
and
was gonna say,
subscribe.
we forgot again.
I know I thought about that, but you know, next one we'll start it up.
Yep.
But don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Hit the little bell icon on the bottom screen right there. Bing, 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 bing.
And check us out now. We're gonna be doing some little things that are a little different. We got some Smokeyheads just saying.
Word.
It's me and Josh are just saying. And we're gonna be inviting all the Smokeyheads, the originals. You know what I'm saying? Jay's coming in, everybody's this is more of like just us bullshitting and hanging out and just talking about shit. Talking about movies, talking about TV shows, talking about wrestling, anything. Liquors.
Don't
Anything
forget
goes.
that to check us out. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on TikTok.
Yep.
You know, all the major platforms. And if we're not on, leave a comment on the bottom and tell us we missed one.